Today in this video, we're going over the top 5 trouble spots on the golf course and how to escape from disaster. Let's go. Okay, as always, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Here we go. I hit my ball right behind this tree. The green's up there. What do? Problem area number 1, trees. What do we do when you're up against a tree? It happens all the time. How do you deal with something this traumatic and devastating? I'm gonna show you. Here we go. Number 1. So the first thing you've got to ask yourself is this question on every trouble situation, and it is this: will an unplayable lie be to my advantage here? 2 club lengths from where the ball lies? Would that drop right over there benefit me? Maybe. So it looks like I probably could get that on the green. So that would have been a good play. Why not just take the free, well, it's not free. Why not take the drop that's going to cost you a stroke? Or you could play a stroke and it could be worse. So if the drop is as good or potentially better than the shot, take the drop. Okay, that's number 1 piece of advice. Otherwise, going for this would be absolutely ridiculous. So anytime you're in a tree situation like this, always consider that drop. It costs you a stroke, but it could save you more than a stroke. So weigh that pros and cons there. If you have to hit this shot, I'd be very cautious because there's roots, there's all kinds of stuff that can be a potential problem. Don't do it. Take your penalty stroke and move on. Okay, number 2 problem area, and these are not in any specific order, but it is a problem area, are these hard pan lies. What do? I mean, typically, you have a shot to the green, you got an option, but I see so many times we mess this up. So here's how you pull this guy off. So in this situation here, most of the time, you would grab the club you would normally use, so a 54-degree wedge, right? That's not what you're going to do. I don't like to use most of my wedges in this situation, like the gap wedge, sand wedge, lob wedge. I don't use those. I go to at least the pitching wedge. So get rid of these and get some extra club, 9-iron, 8-irons, even cool, because we just need the right type of engagement with the hard pan for, the best chance of success. That's number 1. Next, you want to make sure, this is where I do back the ball up a little bit, okay? But I don't want to go too far forward with my hands. I still want my hands kind of center. I'm just going to back the ball up, but keep my hands kind of in the center. So ball back, hand center. Don't do this. Don't do that. Although I do, have to hit the ball first, I don't want my hands way too far forward because that's going to get me it's just going to get me in trouble. I could be too steep, and if you hit, I don't want to be too steep is what I'm trying to say. I still want a shallower swing, believe it or not. And then just choke down a little bit. Put it back, here you go. You're good to go. Not too steep. And make sure you keep your weight on your front foot most of the time. Like, don't transfer that weight. Keep it forward. Let's go to problem area number 3 now. Okay, next problem area, the sand trap. Believe it or not, this is one of the places where most strokes are lost on the golf course. And there's just some easy things you can do to make sure that you are not giving strokes away. That's just, you don't want to give them away. So what most people do is this. They go right at the flag. And I just hit it over the green. Going at the flag is the worst mistake I see the average player make when in the bunker. Because many times, more often than not, you have less green going toward the flag than another direction. There's more green if I go way left here. So don't be afraid to aim somewhere other than the flag. You want to go where there's the most room for error. Okay, I can go way over here. I'm going to save a stroke by aiming far away from the flag. Well, that's a lot closer than the other one. This one's on the green, the other one's way off. So just know that when you're in the bunker, don't be afraid to aim somewhere other than the flag. Go where there's the least trouble. The least trouble. If there's a bunker over there, behind the, don't go there. Beyond the green. If there's water, don't go towards trouble. Go away from trouble. We're good to go. Let's move on. Next trouble spot is, you guessed it, the cabbage, the lettuce patch, the heavy, long grass, especially more often than when it's near the green. The closer you are to the green, when this happens, the more strokes you're gonna cough up. If you're like this just off the fairway or something, most of the time, yeah, you're just gonna hack it out. And you actually, I see people do actually a pretty good job of doing that around the fairway. But near the green, disaster area. So here's your tips when you're near the green. There's a bunker right here. You probably can't even see it. It's just right there. So I gotta kind of go over that to get anywhere near the green. So very similar to the previous tip in the bunker. You wanna go, one, pick the direction where there's the least amount of trouble. So out here is fine. There's no trouble in front of me. And the flag's way over there, but I don't care about that. I care about going where there's the least amount of trouble. That's the first thought process. So I can go way over to the right even, but just take this and the disaster out first. You don't want this. You're gonna get a 12 on this hole if you do something like that, okay? And that, I swung and missed like 4 times. So here are the keys. One is, I take my most lofted club. Got a 60-degree wedge. You want that, okay? Also, I'm going to, this is the swing where I pick up the club, okay? I'm here. I'm not shoulder turn. I don't want shoulder turn here. It's not, I don't want that. I want no shoulder turn. I want to come straight up, and I want that face very close when I hit down on this ball, okay? This is kind of a specialty swing here. So, no shoulder turn, just coming up here, straight down on the ball. That's what I want, and I want to take out all trouble, like I said earlier. So I'm going right out here to the left, straight up and down swing, no shoulder turn, that's the key. I may make a bogey. I'll probably make a bogey. I might make a double bogey, but I'm not going to get a 12, okay? That's what you need to avoid, the big number. So, that's the key. Narrow stance, choke down, straight up and out swing, no shoulder turn. Go to the area of least resistance for this one. There's one more, that big stroke saver here. I'm going to show you right now. Let's get to the last tip. All right, next big, huge stroke saver is this last one when you're hitting to the green, okay? Now, your tee shot, yeah, if you bomb those out of bounds, you can fix that, but this is where the longer shot to the green, you need to really think through that so that you're not in the bunker. You don't have to deal with that shot. You're not in that thick stuff around the green. You're not on a hard pan by the green. You're not in those situations, okay? Because the other ones were all pretty much near the green, so if you can avoid going in those positions, those spots, then you're going to not have to worry about it. You're going to save a lot of strokes. So those come typically from a longer shot into the green. We're at 200 yards. I got a 5-iron. Now I know left is doomed. There's trouble way left. So you need to know, one, where the trouble is and how to avoid it. So you have to know your shot. What do you play? Everybody's a little different. Some people play a big fade. So that left side might not be a trouble. If you play big fade, typically, then I would aim at the flag and let it fade towards the big fat part of the green. If you play a draw, then I'm aiming right of the green and letting it draw. Normally, I want to make sure that my miss is near the flag. So you got to pick that. If there's trouble short, you got to make sure you're not there. You're longer. If there's trouble long, which there is, so I can't go long, can't go left. Left is doomed. And my miss is typically left. So now I've got a tough shot. So I got to put my anti-left swing on here, which is short. I'm going to keep it short and accelerate through, rotate, and not let my hands turn over. That's my mindset. And I'm going to make sure I aim to the big fat right edge of the green. That was great. I'm just consciously trying to avoid the trouble spots so that I don't go in the big number spots. And this worked out pretty good. I missed right of the green, much shorter than the flag, and I avoided the left side altogether because I just set up for success way back there, where if I hit my big miss, it would just be closer to the flag. So you don't always have to aim at the flag. That will get you in trouble more often than not. So there it is. Those are my top 5 ways to get out of trouble. When you get in trouble, it's going to happen. It's golf. You're going to be in crazy situations that you can never even imagine, and you're going to have to figure it out. So this hopefully is just helpful in terms of these popular areas and how to save some strokes out there, because shooting lower scores isn't always, most of the time, it's not about making more birdies. It's about saving your strokes. They're your strokes. They're yours. Don't give them away. Hold on to those guys like they're the last, most treasured possession on earth. Don't, like my son. My son always says when he's playing chess, he's like, get in attack formation and fight as if your life depended on it. Those strokes are like your life depends on those. Keep them. Don't let them go. Don't let anybody steal them. Don't give them away. They're yours, always. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know how you're doing. I appreciate you guys. Love ya. See you in the next video.